To Donald Trump. I have confidence in the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of this nation, despite the fact that at the time they were drafted, their fundamentals of life, freedom, equity for all, and possible the right to speak freely, religion, get together, press and request of change, endorsed in December 1791, just connected to a select gathering of individuals and not ones that appeared as though me. Donald Trump, I tuned into your Alabama rally tirade and couldn't trust how effectively you say what you say. We have turned out to be numb to your stunning demonstrations, tweets and late retweet of you thumping down Hillary Clinton with a golf ball that you hit. Donald Trump, your rude and nauseating activities are not amusing. They really advance brutality against ladies, particularly when your adherents carry on what you say. I used to walk the grounds of UVA in Charlottesville, Virginia as a graduate understudy just to watch with sickening dread as those same grounds turned into a combat zone being trod by Nazi and hostile to Semitic admirers equipped with strike-style weapons prepared to battle to influence America to white once more. Their words. You really said there were pleasant individuals on the two sides. Individuals furnished and prepared to execute different Americans with the end goal of annihilating blacks, Jews, Hispanics, Mexicans, Asians, Latinos, and even the principal genuine Americans, Native Americans, to make America great again were decent individuals? Contrasting this with what you say in judgment of an unarmed dark man gently challenging by practicing his protected First Amendment rights by noiselessly taking a knee is shocking, frightening, and inexcusable. Today, you called Colin Kaepernick an offspring of the devil. You said he ought to be let go. You are calling his white mother a bitch. The solid complexity in dialect for a dark man and a Nazi is extremely telling. Do you have any feeling of tolerability or disgrace in what you say to the American individuals that are a piece of your obligation to serve consciously with pride, precedentially? Our national anthem has been altered to do whatever it takes not to irritate, on the grounds that when Francis Scott Key penned the melody he watched liberated slaves battling for the British and composed this stanza. What's more, where is that band who so vauntingly swore that the devastation of war and the fight's disarray, a home and a country should abandon us no more? Their blood has washed out their foul strides contamination. No asylum could spare the employee and slave from the fear of flight or the despair of the grave. Also, the star-radiant flag in triumph doth wave o'er the place where there is the free and the home of the overcome. I figure in the event that I were a slave in those days I most likely would have successfully get flexibility from my American oppressors who were whipping, killing, assaulting, dismantling, hanging or discharging the canines on individuals like me, all under our Constitution. In 1814 previous slaves battled with the British for their opportunity from their American enslavers. Key saw a fight from a ship off the Maryland shore at Fort McHenry, which roused him to compose what turned into our national anthem. I served my nation not in the military, but rather as one of 362 American astronauts that have investigated the universe to help propel our human progress. Not simply Americans, but rather all people. I likewise was quickly in the NFL and remained for the national anthem with my hand over my heart. What makes us extraordinary is our disparities, and regarding that we are all together made similarly regardless of the possibility that not generally treated that way. Glancing back at our planet from space truly encourages one get a greater point of view on how frivolous and disruptive we can be. Donald Trump. Possibly you ought to ask your great companion Mr. Putin to give you a ride on a Soyuz rocket to our International Space Station and see what it resembles to cooperate with individuals we used to battle against, where your life relies upon it. See the world and get a more noteworthy feeling of being a piece of mankind. We call it the orbital perspective. Donald Trump, please realize that you should be a unifier and a caring and sympathetic pioneer. In the event that you can't carry out the activity at that point, please venture down and let another person attempt. I implore that you make the best decision. May God favor you. Earnestly. Leland Melvin. Previous astronaut and NFL player.